iPad 2, this most coveted of tablets. It's finally arrived in the UK. And I thought I'd talk to you about the differences because quite frankly, that's the question I get asked most on Twitter. What's the difference between the iPad 1 and the iPad 2, and should I upgrade? Should I upgrade? My answer to that question is simply yes. Should you enter the market now as a first-time iPad user? Absolutely, because this thing is wondrous. It's a thing of great beauty. It's almost like a piece of electronic jewellery. It looks so gorgeous. Part of that is down to the improvements with the iPad 2. You can see there's a different shape here. It's not as angular as the previous design, and this is actually to take some weight off it. So these edges are more curved because they can just shed some weight. Weight-wise, it's difficult to say. Several ounces lighter. I think 3 ounces. I might be wrong there, but it's light enough to be a marked improvement when you hold it in one hand and you use the device to look at things like newspapers and ebooks and magazines, which I do a lot. The important stuff, the processor, dual core, 1 gigahertz, A5 chip. Very, very quick. Again, it depends what you're doing in terms of what that actually means. People have said it's twice as quick. I don't know about that. I find that with the preemptive multitasking stuff that you now get with the latest version of iOS, that's when all your apps are open at the same time in the background. You can jump between them more fluidly. Graphically intensive apps like Infinity Blade, one of my favourite games on the iPad, again, it feels more sprightly. It just feels like a more confident tablet. Also, Safari has been improved. This is a new version of Safari, I'm told. It seems to deal with loading all the page elements much more quickly. It makes my previous iPad actually feel quite sluggish in comparison. Camera, huge asset. 2 cameras, one at the front, VGA quality. At the back, 5 megapixel, capable of recording 720p HD, which is brilliant. More on the HD front, HDMI output possibility via hardware interface. Strangely, I haven't quite got to the bottom of this, but I think, to be factually correct, it means that you could output loads of your apps and mirror your desktop in 1080p, but you can only do movies in 720p. Now, if that's right, and this literally is day one as I'm recording this, I've had this for a day. If that's correct, then it's a real shame, because the one thing I want to do is download HD, full HD movies from iTunes and then be able to play them on a TV. So if I'm in a hotel room, for example, I can whack it in there and use the full 46-inch screen, but not sure if you can actually do that. Other nice features, it's a lot thinner. Again, it's about 1/3 thinner than the previous iPad, and that just makes it look pretty. This fantastic case, by the way, which is an added extra, I think is so clever. The kind of use of the origami design is very clever to put it in various positions. I'm not sure if it's going to protect the iPad as much as I want it protected. This back is going to get very scratched because of that. And there's a 3-axis gyroscope in this device, which ultimately will help with apps that make use of that sort of motion activated interface. All in all, I just think it's absolutely stunning. It's a work of art. I'm more excited about standing in line and getting my iPad 2 than I have been about any gadget for the last 6 months. And you can't say better than that. You're either in the party or you're not. If you don't like Apple stuff, if you're not an Apple iPad fan, maybe what I'm saying is going to be lost on you. If you do appreciate incredible design and the kind of interface that comes from heaven, then why are you listening to me? Go and buy one.